Hi, Michelle. Hi, Tess, if that's what your name is. Hi, Laurie. I think I must be in the love mood because it's near Valentine's, so I'm going to do a heart. I just did one another day this week, but I didn't do a Periscope on that one. I'm going to be using Pan Pastels first to do the background, and then I'm going to use Prisma pencils. I've already cut out this heart that just to mask off this area, so when I put the Pan Pastels on, the heart will stay white, because I thought the colors would be easier on the pencil if I did that. And I just cut out some washi tape down here in the shape of hearts. I don't know that I would recommend that. I think it's easier to do it with a sticky part of a Post-it note to mask out an area. And then once I put the Pan Pastels on, I'm going to pull that off and do these with Prisma pencils as well. What this page is going to say is, I love others best when I love God most. And I think I'm going to put this banner across the heart after I get it colored, and it'll say love of God, and then somewhere down here it'll say love of others. The small heart representing others, and the big heart representing God. I've already made a mess. I'm glad y'all could join me today. And I'm going to use just little makeup sponges, and I'm going to do the whole background first. Okay, I'm glad you could join now and just catch it on the replay. And once again, y'all, if I miss any questions, I noticed I watched back the other day, and good, Laurie. I watched back the other day, and somebody kept asking me the same question, and I missed it every time. I don't. One question I know was my art background, and I have no art background. I grew up in a real small town, and we didn't have art in school, and so I didn't know until I got older that that was a love of mine. So I started after I graduated. I majored in elementary education and taught school, so you know, there's some art involved in that, and that's when I started drawing. And I started Bible journaling a year ago I joined a lot of the different ones. I'm going to use several different colors on this. And I didn't even clean off the sponge. I just went from one to the other. All the colors are going to kind of blend together. Y'all can hear me okay, and my Bible is right side up. Yes? Okay, good. Took me a while to figure out everything, but I think I've got it now. Thank you. I've done more Pan Pastels recently doing these Periscopes than I have in a long time, so it's been kind of fun. It is a fast way to do a background. Yeah, I'm just using 5, let's see. I'm using these 5 colors, white, and then I kind of mix. Like for this pinkish, if that's my sister calling, she'll probably call me on this phone, so if something happens, I'll be back. I used for this color, I used some of the red, some of the purple, and some of the white. And then with the purple, I mixed white, and then I just used green and white for this section. I've got the pack with 10 in it, but I'm only using those 5 today. Now I'm just going to use a paper towel and kind of wipe off excess and kind of blend a little bit. Being careful not to wipe my hearts off. All right, now I want to add a little bit of maybe some texture on here, so I've got a stencil that I'm going to this time I'm just going to maybe put a little pure red. Put some crosses on there. Maybe some purple ones down here. Now I had a homemade stencil that I was going to add some hearts. And I had it right here beside me, but now all of a sudden it has disappeared. I try to plan everything out in advance, but somehow I'm going to soften that just a little bit with a brush. But, oh, I see it. You don't have to have expensive stencils to do this. This is just a piece of paper that I put contact paper on one side of it and just cut out hearts. I think I just folded it and cut out hearts, you know, like you did when you were in school. And so you can add a few hearts to it. That's under, yeah, that's right on top of where my Okay, now I'm going to give that a quick spray with my hairspray so I can, wait, I didn't get all the way over to the edge here. Let me do that. Okay, now I'll spray it. Just going to give it a quick little spray just to seal that ink. I mean the pan pastels. And if you have trouble pulling off I put this on with washi tape, and if it seems like it's stuck really hard, you can do the same thing I did the other day. It's not ink, it's pan pastel, so pan pastels will rub off if you don't do anything to it. So you can, it would be better probably to use a fixative, but I don't have any, so I just use hairspray. Now this is stuck pretty much. If y'all will excuse me 1 minute, I'm gonna hit it with a hairspray. I mean, hit it with a hair dryer to soften it. Hold on 1 second. Extra sound effects, sorry. I don't know, what can I say? Yep. So if I didn't spray something over the pan pastels, it would smear all into the white. Oh yeah, that is a cool trick. Now if you've got, like, you know, they always stick stickers on glass. They do it so you can't get it off. So I spray, if I have glassware that I've got a sticker on, I spray that with a hairdryer too, and it helps it come off. So that is a good trick. All right, now I'm done with the pan pastels, and I'm going to do start my heart. Now the last time when I did the jewels, and I used these Faber-Castell pens to do the shading, and I just wanted to show you today that you don't have to use those. I'm just going to use my Prisma pencils and do some shading on the heart, and then layer the color on top of it. I want a kind of a highlight in this area on the heart, so I'm going to leave that part lighter, but I'm going to start around the edge with the darker gray. I wish there was some way I could speed up part of this process so y'all didn't have to watch me color. I've got part of a heart stuck to my thumb. I need to stick parts of this under here because that I need a harder surface underneath to color. I'm going to come on down here and shade some on this side to give my heart a little bit more dimension. And put a little bit of shadows on this side too. And I'm just going to do a little lighter gray. Thank you. I'm going to do the heart kind of purpley too because of the background I chose. Those pan pastels do blend really well. Now, Lori, have you ordered pan pastels, or are you going to do this with your sticks? I'm curious to see how it does. The background color, is that what you're asking what it is? No, it's not paint. It's pan pastels. The pan pastels are real soft pastel. The colors are very intense, and you put them on with a sponge. I used a makeup sponge in case you're just tuning in, so that's what it is. I know, Michelle, like I said, I haven't used mine in a long time. So these periscopes are making me get them back out again. Okay, now I'm going to color right on top of that. I'm using 3 different kind of purples. I got mine on Amazon, and they were about $35 for the set that has 10 colors in it. I'm going to do the same thing with the little hearts that I'm doing with this big one. I might not do it all on the periscopes, so you don't have to watch it all, but you know, I made the mistake when I first started doing this of buying everything everybody else was using, and then I realized that I use mainly the Prisma pencils. Of course, my style is different from a lot of people. This is not exactly what I usually do, what I'm doing today, but then I found out, like I bought a lot of those sprays. I can't remember if they're I can't remember even what they're called, but I hardly ever use them. I use them with my Sunday school class, but I haven't used them too much in my Bible. I'm determined not to waste them, though, so that's why I do use them with my Sunday school class. I'm trying to do this fast, y'all, so you're not bored to tears. And if you're bored, you can go off and then fast forward it when you watch it on replay. I'm glad. It's snowing here, so I did put on a shirt so y'all wouldn't know I was in my pajamas, but now I've told you that I'm still in my pajama bottoms, and it's a snowy day, and I'm here by myself. My husband's gone out of town, so it's a perfect day to stay inside and draw in my Bible. I'm going to go a little lighter now and kind of fade it in. I know. The bad thing is I do a lot of things in my pajamas. One day I decided to get out the leaf blower or the weed eater. I'm not sure which. I live kind of isolated, so I wouldn't do that if I lived in town, but I live at the top of a mountain, and my pajamas had strings on them, and when my husband got back in town, he said, my leaf blower won't work, and it was because the string of my pajamas got hung in the motor and and got tangled up, so he had to take it apart and fix it. Okay, now I'm going to use this color and go back over and kind of blend things together instead of using a blender pencil. I'm not loving that. This is the first color I use. This needs to come out a little bit more. I'm still seeing too much of the gray underneath. If I weren't doing this, I would be taking a little bit more time trying to color more carefully, but I hate for these periscopes to last mine anyway to last more than 20 minutes or so. Hi there. Is it Adina? Oh no, is that where you live? Where y'all all from? If you can't tell, I'm from the South. I live in the beautiful mountains of North Carolina, Arizona, Alaska. I know where you live, Michelle. Earthquake land. Texas, Montana. Oh, UK, cool. I'm worldwide. I'm going over that so it's not totally white. Now if I can find my white pencil. I'm going to kind of blend with this. Now, last time when I did the jewels, I used the Gamsol to do the blending. And somebody asked me about that, so this time I'm using the pencil to blend. In case y'all didn't know, besides Periscope, I have been putting on my Pan Pastels layer on Bible paper. Oh, they do great. And, you know, there's no wrinkling. There's no wait time for drying. You saw I did it, and then I immediately could start doing this next step. Hi there. I wish y'all could talk to me, because I guess we'd all be talking at one time, though, if that happened. So you see, the more I go over it with this white, the more the pencils kind of blend together. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing with this bow. I'll color in dark here and lighter here, and the streamers, and I'm gonna do the hearts the same way I just did this big heart. And then, like I said, I'm going to, I think, put this banner across here. I'll need to make it stand out some. But on the banner, I'm going to put love of God and then love of others down here. And my title somewhere, if I can fit it all in up here, is going to say, I love others best when I love God most. The scripture I'm using is 1 John 3:7. So, I think y'all probably got the gist of that. Like I said, I'll finish up with these, and I'll post the finished picture. Was this a stamp set? You mean this heart? The heart I cut out of, just cut it out of a piece of paper, just like back when we were in elementary school. I find my scissors. Oops, sorry about that. I just cut out a heart like that, and of course not this big. I taped it over, and then I put the Pan Pastels on the top of it, and I don't know if you're asking about these things. This was pan pastels that I added with this stencil. I've got this stencil that has a whole lot of different patterns on it. So I did different colors with that. And then I used this little homemade stencil to add a few more hearts on there. These I cut out of washi tape, but I would use the Post-it notes and just mask it off. You probably wouldn't have any trouble coloring over the top of the pan pastels, but I just wanted to make sure that I could get some light in my heart, because that gives it more dimension if you have dark on the outsides and light in the middle. Yes, I'm going to color the bow too. The bow I just drew. I'm going to make, well, I'll just do that because that won't take but a second. I'm going to do dark on the inside. And then I'll just color in the streamers, and I'm going to do the same thing on these small hearts that I did up here on the big one. This one still could be blended more because you can see my pencil streaks a lot, but I'll maybe work on that. And when I finish it, I'll post it on my Instagram is Susan Gazinski, and my YouTube channel is Susan Gazinski. And I'll post it also usually on Bible Journaling Community. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. I enjoyed it. You're welcome. Let me know if you want me to do anything next time. Okay, Laurie, I want to see it.